streaming.
Oh, you start streaming?
I've started streaming, so whatever you say will appear online. And so now I've got my map up. Let's go see if the live is showing that. It seems to be going on live. Yes, good. So let's go back to DCS where we can actually tell the viewers that this is a mission I've flown prior this year with Mirage 2000s and F-16s. The fun in that mission is that there's a part here where we fly through a canyon, and then when we get to the targets, we'll have a smoke to tell us where the target is, and we can attack them with rockets and then proceed back into the canyon and fly back to base to Ramat David. So that's the plan. I've never tried it with the Mirage F1, so we're trying it tonight. I'll have a nice skin from the Royal Dimar Air Force from Spudknocker and his buddies. Hopefully the skin will work well and be visually pleasing for this kind of flight. So I'm going to go here, save this. And you see the image shows an F-16 showing that originally this mission was meant for F-16s. I had previously entered the Mirage 2000 in this one to try something different, and now we're trying it with the Mirage F1. It's a good sort of review for me to see if I can do this thing. So we'll choose the Mirage. See, there's a MiG-21. I forgot that there was even possibility of air-to-air in this one. So we'll let it load a little bit. Oh, I forgot to take the radar cover off. Apparently, if I open the cockpits, which I guess would be this, is that it? Or is that it? And then we do this. Yeah, there we go. Apparently we can take that off once the cockpit is open. This is one of the tricks some viewer had given me. Seems to work. And then we seal the cockpit, and now we have this thing on. Let's remove those labels, although it is nice to see when there's a helicopter flying by with the label. I prefer without. There we go. And so we can see that we've got some rocket pods there. Let's see in the outside view what it looks like. So this is the skin I'm using for this. It's just because it's visually pleasing. So let me see if I can set up my nav stuff properly. It's like a nice little review for me at the same time. And so we've got one. If I click on, I click
one, passing waypoint 1 at 400.
2 is at 24 miles. 3, 39 miles. 4 is gonna be back. 5 is probably pretty close to here. I think it's my final. And 6 should get me pretty close to here for the landing. Okay. So 1 is our current position. We'll activate 2 here. And so we're going to be using rockets. I guess we'll set this fuse to instant. So I'll have to select that when I want to use it. I usually like to get rid of the stick so I can see remaining fuel better. I like to turn that on because otherwise I'll forget it. Do I have my brakes on or not? No. Okay, we're good. I can brake here. I also like to get my flaps on the first notch before takeoff. Should see that appear here. Ah, I've got the wrong profile, so let me just load the right profile in the stick. Hello. Right here, F1 Mirage. Let's get back to this. Good. So now we can see we've got the flaps on takeoff position. If I do this, it should change my radar. That means I've got the right profile. And so good. Oh, I see my lights are still on. So although it looks good to have the position lights, I know I'm going to possibly forget in flight. So I go down to this little area here where I can turn them off. And as we can see now, no lights, a little bit stealthier. Let's bring these rockets to target. What's that, Alberry? I think I heard you say the beginning of something.
Yeah, I got shot by a helicopter.
Infield 1.
Okay, so you got the two submarines, but you got shot by the helicopter?
Yeah, but I got shot by a helicopter.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
gonna fix it and gonna go die.
Ooh, okay, started going right a little bit on takeoff there. Let's get the flaps up. Everything going.
Great.
Alright, so I'm pretty familiar with this flight, so navigation shouldn't be too hard, but let's enjoy a little bit the beautiful sunset. And that hill ahead of me, that's where I'm going. Yep.
Great. Great.
Navigation instrumentation seems to be indicating that too. Let's not burn all our fuel now.
Okay, when it takes me, I'm gonna go, what's the one, Facebook? Or YouTube?
YouTube, yes. This is on YouTube. It's not on Facebook.
RTB at 700.
Get that.
And so we're flying low level to the target. Trying to use trim to keep the plane at a decent attitude and flying where we want it. I sometimes go say hello to that big mountain there. This is Israel part of the Syria map. Looks kind of cool, and of course in the outside view you can see that this plane sort of fits well with the environment. So let's head back on waypoint. We're about 11 miles. Yep, 11 miles from where we're going, which I believe is the entrance to the canyon. Now, luckily for me, I know the canyon pretty well. And I think that's what we see ahead of us right there. It's the entrance to that canyon. So I'm going to stay low level because it is meant to be a surprise attack, and in the canyon there could be air defenses. I'm going to set the autopilot here just so that I can switch to the next waypoint safely. And now we can see that we're 18 miles. And this here is the entrance to that canyon that I like so much. And so since we'll be attacking at the end of the canyon, I'm going to prepare my weapons like this. not gonna set up the sights because I think I can use like the little yellow line here and that dot to aim the rockets roughly. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but we'll see. So what's my speed right now? We're at 400. That's a bit fast to navigate the canyon area here. In the F16 and Mirage, I put a little bit more waypoints to follow this canyon, but since I've done it a few times, I'm just gonna go mostly visual. And here, this part, I'm gonna have to make a pretty heavy turn. So let's start that. I usually drop some countermeasures. You see, I didn't even make it all the way through, so drop more countermeasures and get back in the canyon and reaccelerate. I think now I'm getting to the lake part. And so yes, now we've got orange smoke on target for 5 minutes. So let's pop up, try to go spot that smoke. There it is.
Great. Great. Great.
And drop some countermeasures. Now let's see if we can get some rockets on target there. Oh, the rockets are not firing. Do I have my... yeah. That's my guns. Okay, I'll shoot with guns because I can't shoot the rockets. Okay, I'll move away from the target a little bit and try to figure out what's wrong with my rockets.
Great.
Do I have to go exterior or voileur? Let's try that. Why aren't the rockets shooting? Usually you just put it in there and it shoots. Ah, okay, they're shooting. I just had to hold the button for longer. Where did my smoke go? There it is. Okay, let's go do like a little bit of a dive attack. Oh, there's a missile coming at me now. I'm in deep shit.
Alert.
Oh, lucky for me it was on my 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Very lucky. And that'll have to do. We'll see later on if we hit something. Are we gonna risk it and try for a gun run? Already committed back to the canyon. Dropping countermeasures as I go above the canyon walls because I know there could be AAAs tracking me or man pads. Whew, okay, so we're back into the area where it's safer to go. Wonder if I hit F7 We see the orange smoke there. I don't know if I hit anything. Doesn't look like it.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna go waypoint 4, we're waypoint 5. 16 miles from waypoint 5.
Right. Right.
Let's practice dropping those empty rocket pods.
Right.
So that's for outside. And if I do that, I just drop them off. Yep. We can see them probably falling below us. But yeah, they're no longer there.
Right.
So we're 7 miles from what I believe to be the final. And then we'll have an opportunity to land it. And as I was flying, I got a message. Okay. Oh, apparently my friend can't send chat messages on the live. I don't know if it's something that I have to allow or... In any case, I'm here, so let's switch waypoints again to the runway. Runway should be there. Yeah, Eric, I would probably try to go check if I can enable the chat, but the problem is I don't see it, and second of all, I'm flying, trying to locate my runway, so I'll just call the airfield and tell them I'm coming in, which I always have to do twice for some reason.
Springfield 1-1 inbound. Springfield 1-1. Fly heading 280, port 14, QFE 2 current decimal gate 1, runway 09, to pattern altitude.
Trying to see where... Oh, okay, they're the one, right? Alright, so let's get some flaps. Ooh, I'm fast for flaps. Let's get the air brakes out. Yeah, that's a bit of a cowboy one. I think what I'll do is I'll just overfly the runway, and then we'll do another pass for actually landing on it. We'll be turning left. So now our speed is good for first level of flaps.
Right.
Gonna make a left turn, give it a bit of extra power while we're doing our turn here. Oh, I don't have to go afterburner though. We'll disable the rockets and set this up. There we go. That's my speed now. Okay, it's too fast again.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, trying to do too many things at the same time. I went a bit too fast for the flaps, so the plane was trying to tell me this is the runway, so we're probably at a good speed now to drop the gear and go full flaps. And yes, it's too fast, but I'm gonna turn and it won't be too fast, it'll be too slow. So
Springfield 1-1. Abort inbound resuming mission.
I wanted to get the outside view and I gave them an abort inbound. That's not what I wanted to do. It's coming in.
Springfield 1-1 inbound.
Speed like 200 is good.
Great.
Springfield 1-1. Request landing.
Great.
A bit high. Let's center it a little bit more on the runway. Oh, that was nice and smooth. I'm gonna see if I need the parachute or not. If I don't, I'll try to see if I can rearm, take off again, and go hit the target. I don't know. It would probably be easier to just restart the mission because I won't have the smoke if I go again. I think it's a one-time thing, the smoke. So we'll taxi to our parking area and maybe we'll retry because we didn't hit anything. So it would seem. But I brought it back home, so that's kind of nice. Let's get those flaps back up, the speed brakes back in.
Springfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Yes, I will go park next to those F-16s from a foreign country. I am a Royal Dimar airplane. These are unknown camouflage F-16s. I do not know. They have a Star of David on their planes. These are not Royal Dimar F-16s. They must be visiting here. I'll park next to that beautiful tank there. Alright. I think that's... Maybe I could move a bit further ahead. And that's where we'll park it. Oh look, a train. There's a train there in the distance. Fuel truck there. F-16s and a C-130. And there we go. And my pilot with his beautiful mustache. Look at the camera. Yes, I have beautiful mustache. I smile with my mustache. What are you looking at? Alright, so that didn't work out too great. What I'll do is I'll just cancel. I'll hit quit and I'll hit fly again. Hopefully the second time around I can hit stuff with my rockets. I got a little bit surprised by how long we have to hold the button when you shoot rockets. The first time I couldn't shoot them, so I just shot my guns. And so we'll do this one over again. So let's hit fly. We're going to need to open this up. We'll get rid of this. We'll close the windows back. Like this. Let's seal it up for freshness. And then remove those labels. We don't need them. And then let's set this up. This this here needs to get on the end for nav. We're going to be going to waypoint 2 first, so that's set. Flaps for takeoff. Joystick out the way, this out the way, this good to go. And, yeah, looks about right. And this is working good. Alright, got the sun in my face for takeoff. Oh yeah, and I still have my
Infield 1, passing
lights
waypoint
on,
1
so
at
we'll
400.
turn off the lights before we take off. Since we're alone in our flight, we'll try to do this a bit more stealthy. Yeah, like that. That good? Yeah, looks like they're off. Okay, let's go fly.
Infield 1,
Nose up.
passing waypoint 2 at 400.
Gear coming up. Flaps coming up.
Right.
Whoops. I was a bit fast on the joystick there. Sometimes I feel like the up and down movement, it's either nothing's happening or something's happening too fast, so might have to play with my curves a little bit.
Right. Right. Right.
This is Ramat David. This is my cool jet going super fast with a lot of fuel burning, so we'll turn the fuel down a bit. Okay, so let's trim this a little bit. So this time you may notice I'm going to the right of that big hill that I went to the left on the first flight. There's less civilian buildings on this side, so gonna disturb the local population a bit less. There are people there and there are people there. Earlier I flew like right over all these people in that other village, so here it's a little bit better.
Infield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 400.
Already at 550 knots, going pretty fast. We're 16 miles from our IP,
Right.
which we can see here, and this is the arrow I'm heading for.
Right.
Kind of fun to visit those little hills and canyons. The whole point of my flight tonight was to fly low level, so let's enjoy flying low level.
Infield 1 is RTB at 700.
Let's go touch the leaves on those trees. Can almost smell them.
Right.
Gotta be careful with the power lines as well. Okay, that's my entrance there to my canyon ahead of us. Probably see it there. So just for a second, I'm gonna turn my autopilot on, and I'm going to switch waypoint for the target waypoint, which is kind of hard to do when you've got your head concentrating on low-level flying. So now we're 19 miles from the target. I think we're just crossing the border here. The whole canyon that we're going to be flying is actually a border area, so we'll be crisscrossing in and out. Yeah, look at this plane flying low level, below the hills. Kinda cool. Speed is like 350 or so, just below it, which is perfect for that big turn I have to make ahead. So around 300, if I can keep around that speed, that'll be good. And now we're getting to our first right turn. And that was the big right turn. Ooh, that was a bit rough. I lost a lot of speed there. It's not quite as good as the Mirage 2000 and F16. I think I might hit the hill. I tried ejecting, but I couldn't. Oh well. I guess the previous method was a little bit better, which is the one to fly a little bit over the hill, because trying to make that turn with this plane didn't have enough energy to do it. How come it didn't work? This, okay. Ah, okay, because I'm still in it. Choose, well, I'll just quit, yeah. Quit. Fly again. That was a nice crash into the hill.
Great. Great.
There. Cover, you need to have the window open because you throw it out the side and then you go on your mission. Okay, now since I am restarting and my buddy told me that he couldn't get the chat thing going, I'm gonna go check in here if there's something where I can enable chat. If I say hi in here, it says hi. I do have one view but no concurrent viewers. But, participants. There's no participants, and Yeah, I really don't know
Infield
how
1,
that
passing
works.
waypoint 1 at 400.
Yeah, well, community guidelines, yes, wonderful. I sent him a text message with my phone. I'll just go back to the sim and do our flight. And so here, oops,
Infield 1,
those
passing
two
waypoint
buttons
2
are a
at
little too close
400.
for my taste. There we go. What does that do? Vector bearing adjustment switch, okay. And so this, that there, this. Are we good to go? I think we are. Have our lights on, we'll turn them off. It's a good refresher at the same time. You get to do the same things over and over, and so you remember how they work. So I think I've got everything set up properly. Give me speed. Oops. Tipping a little bit to the left side. Or right side, I should say. Okay, let's get those gears up, those flaps up.
Great.
Flaps are up. Yeah, here is a good place to test how fast and how quick I can turn. Not in a canyon when you're trying to avoid AAA and man pads.
Great. 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 Great.
Good looking plane, isn't it? Fighting for the Royal Dimar Air Force.
Infield 1 is RTB at 700.
For the Shah and his kingdom.
Great. Great.
Look at those fields there, that looks nice. The farmers tell me it's going to be a good year for the harvest here. Alright, so we're going to be coming up to our entrance to the canyon. We'll do our little autopilot thing while we set this up. There we go. Back to manual flight. Whee! Gonna set the rockets right away. It's funny how I've been practicing in the CE version lately, and now I'm taking the EE version, and it's got a real RWR. It's quite helpful. Compared to the four-way little light switch that we have in the CE, this is a bit better for situational awareness. Okay, so here comes my turn where I crashed earlier. I'll try to do it. Getting to the lake. We're gonna get our little message. Gonna get our smoke. And I usually like to climb right about here. Let's see if we can spot the smoke. There it is.
Right.
Gonna drop some countermeasures. Dive for the smoke. Hope for the best.
Alert. Right.
I did get some hits this time, so that's kind of good.
Right.
Yeah, confirmed hits. That's good. There's my little lake where I got out.
Right.
Dropping countermeasures when I fly a bit higher above the walls. And we're back into our egress mode. Countermeasures as we turn here, and we're about to exit the danger zone. Here I think I can switch 2 waypoints. So I think it worked. We managed to survive. We hit a few targets. It's an in and out kind of situation. The whole fun is flying low, close to the ground, and hoping to survive the canyon run. And now we're back into friendly zone. So we can have fun trapping the empty rocket pods. There they go. Get a nice clean configuration. Head back home into the setting sun. Actually perfect for a nice screenshot there. That too. There we go. Like having screenshots that look kind of good when I publish the thing afterwards. The videos have a nice image to go along with it. I know that my final is right next to that big hill here, and as you can see, I am using my instrumentation here, but I was also just looking outside the window because I know the waypoint is right about here, and you see 01. And so we're gonna slow down, and we will switch waypoints to the airfield. Those are the runways in front. And so we will ask Ramat David.
Springfield 1-1 inbound.
If it's okay for us to come in.
Springfield 1-1. Fly heading 279. 415. QSD 29.81. Runway 09. Departure altitude. Springfield 1-1. Request landing.
Let's get the gear down. Full flaps. Oh yeah, and this guy and this thing, there we go.
Airplane.
That's pretty decent. Give it some brakes, give it a parachute. Can't use too much rudder on landing with this thing. Now we can get air brakes in, flaps back up. We'll wait till we're on the taxiway to get rid of the parachute. And we'll go park it and think, hey, I think I had a decent flight there. Pretty good. Thought I had gotten the flaps up. Now they're up. And oh yeah, that parachute. There we go. Now it's behind the plane. Somebody will be able to pick it up once we get the engines off. Let's look at the camera so that when everything gets shut down, we'll see our beautiful mustache. Is it shutting down? Okay, now it is. Yeah, mustache. Woohoo! Let's go for the win. Let's go see our kills. See what we got. So I killed one truck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 insurgents. So it's a lot less than what I thought I would hit. But at least I hit the target area, which was the whole deal. We wanted to reduce the number of insurgents in that area. The ones that didn't die probably will be able to tell their friends, hey, there was this plane that came in and fired a bunch of rockets and it was so big explosions everywhere. We had to run. We didn't know what to do. We couldn't pick up our guns to shoot back. That's the whole idea. So I hope you enjoyed this little training mission of mine again. It's a mission I had done previously with my F16 and my Mirage 2000. Now we try it with the Mirage F1. That's it.